Good afternoon. I am Marley Price, Director of Communications for the City of Clinton, and this is February's edition of City Talk. It may look a little different if you missed City Talk last month. The mayor has relinquished City Talk to me until after elections. So we thought we would switch things up a little bit. So today we are at the Wood Activity Center with the Director of Therapeutic Recreation, Chandra Fontenot. Thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of take you out of City Hall into the other areas of the city where really wonderful things happen. Chandra is a prime example of that. So we are going to talk about all the things that Therapeutic Recreation does. She has a beautiful setup behind us table that she's going to talk through some of the programs that they have. So I will just pitch it to you and let you start.
Okay, well, first of all, we are located at the Wood Activity Center. It is the old library. A lot of people still come in thinking it's the library, but we are no longer the library. We do activities here daily for our Living Young program, and then we also are responsible for the programs for our Abilities program. So, so we'll just go through the table and kind of talk about some of the things that we offer for both programs.
Okay, we'll move out of the way for me.
Let's start with our bragging rights.
Yes.
Shall we?
So recently, last week, 2 weeks ago, Chandra and her staff, along with some representatives from Parks and Recreation, went to a conference and received some awards. So we're going to start with the bragging rights.
Yes, we have collected 33, now 36 awards from the Mississippi Recreation and Park Association. There are usually between 60 and 80 awards that are submitted every year, and Clinton always comes back winners because the people in the state recognize how valuable our programs are in Parks and Recreation and in Therapeutic Recreation. So I kind of want to highlight the 3 that we brought home this time. The first one was for our Arts and Humanities. So we won an award for, we like to do service projects with our Living Young group, and we we use yarn to make these cute little happies for individuals with Baptist Hospice. So I believe we did 45 of these little cuties to give to brighten the day of those people who are on hospice. So our Living Young group came together and did that project in one day. So we got an award for that. Our Inclusive Kickball League is for our Abilities program. I'll talk about those sports, but our Kickball League won for our Spirit Night at the high school. We partnered with the softball team at the high school, and they all came behind us, and we had a Spirit Night, had all kinds of games and things like that. We play kickball. We have 60 people who are in that league. That's inclusive in that we have our Abilities program participants with disabilities and their family and friend of their choice to play alongside them. So we won for that. And then lastly, our Challenger League or Abilities program won for our paint night. So we had 2 different paint nights last year. And this is just some examples of some simple paintings that they were able to do, work on those fine motor skills, and just kind of express their creativity. So those are the 3 programs that we brought.
And I will plug in a question here. She said, you are going to ask me questions, right? I said, no, I'm just going to let you talk the whole time. So yesterday when I was talking to the mayor, he brought up a wonderful point. I haven't been here very long, but he talked about how much you've grown since you started,
17 and a half years ago.
Oh, wow. So he said when you came on board with the city, you didn't have really a budget or anything. He just said, hey, a hope and a dream. Yeah, here you go.
That's right. The Living Young program specifically was potluck once a month, bingo twice a month. They played cards every day, and then they had a Valentine's dance. That's all we did. That's it.
And so let's talk about, I know during your last department head report, you gave some numbers, so I'm not going to test you. I don't know if you have those.
I don't remember those numbers, but we go up every year.
Right.
So, we're constantly adding programs, but we're not just adding fillers. We evaluate what we offer every year, and if it was great, we bring it back. If it's not, we try something different. So, but those participation numbers are absolutely up. I think it was in 14,000 range. I can't remember specifically, but I think 2023 was 13, so or like 1320 or something like that, and we're well into the 14,000s.
We've come a long way since potluck and bingo.
Yeah.
Do we still do bingo?
We still do bingo.
Okay, good. I need to put that on my calendar.
We took it away from twice a month and put it as once a month. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I want people to understand in live stream land how much this has grown, and it's a wonderful part of our community now, but it has grown exponentially, and with Chandra at the helm, there's only room for more growth. So I'm going to let you talk about a little more what you have on the table.
One thing that we have coming up on St. Patrick's Day, you see my little leprechaun hat. we have what we call a Lucky Charms Casino Day. You know, some people like to gamble in Vicksburg and things like that, and others don't like to do that. But the excitement of it is what we were going for. So we have what we call our Lucky Charms Casino Day. We have different casino type activities. Some of them like roulette and poker and things like that, but you're not spending money. We give you fake money to play with, and once you win that money, you get to bid in an auction after the program is over on different prizes that are donated from different organizations throughout the community. So that's really fun because some people think it may not be real money, but they act like
it. I just remember the lady at the table over here last year that every time she won, she just jumped on top of the table and just drug all her money to her. They have a great time with that.
So we like anything competitive and active. So that little Lucky Charms hat reminds us of that. And Derby Day, that is coming up in May. This was one of our little table centerpieces. If you know the Kentucky Derby, it's horse themed. So again, we have those gambling type games that we do. This time we print money with different figures from Clinton's history on it. Mayor Fisher is our highest bill of $20. His face is on that bill. So we use that, and we also have another auction after that from the money that they win. So not only are you just enjoying the time and having fun, you get to take something home with you.
So do participants dress up with their derby vest?
We give a trophy for best hat and best dress. So the ladies come in and the men come in dressed to the nines, and they have on their sometimes personally made derby hats, and other times they just buy a nice big hat that represents the Kentucky Derby. So it's fun. They get to dress up and do something different. So yarn bombing, we've decided to join with Main Street this year and have a tree. I know that they're changing the way that they're doing their yarn bombing in Old Town. If you don't know what yarn bombing is, it's in the spring you can drive down Jefferson Street and in Old Town and see the yarn wrapped trees and things of that nature. So we're going to participate in that by having a tree specifically from the Wood Activity Center. So anybody who wants to come in and crochet something, either drop it off, come here, sit on the couch and crochet, or just bring it to us. We'll decorate our own tree and just have a representation down there.
I've always wanted to learn how to crochet.
I can teach you.
Well, I would
do that too. That's next Wednesday.
Well, I'll be back next Wednesday because I tried to teach myself to crochet on YouTube and I was not successful. Yeah. So I will be back next Wednesday.
I don't do it the traditional way. I was taught by a lefty, so I had to modify how I crochet based on that. So
that's impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Our most popular program is anything dealing with exercise. We exercise 4 or 5 times a week, depending on the week. So these were donated actually last week by Elite Physical Therapy. These are some bands. We've had this class for, I think 3 years now. I think we're going on 3 years, if not 3, 2.5. But we have this class on Wednesday where we use these resistance bands to help you build your strength. We do have our chair aerobics class on Tuesday where you're using the chair. And some people say, I can't do anything in the chair. If I miss class for an extended period of time, I feel the difference. So yes, we're using a chair, but we are also giving you a good workout. A lot of physicians recommend our class to their patients after they've had some type of surgery because we can continue to work on those skills and build those muscles. But that class, we have Tuesday and Thursday for the chair aerobics class, and then Wednesday for the flexercise, and then we like to dance. So we have 2 different types of dance classes. Every other Monday we have dance fitness, and Wednesdays, the second and fourth Wednesday, we have an aerobics class, so that's to music. And we just like to get fit and have fun at the same time. So that's
we can need that on a t-shirt. Get fit and have fun.
That may be our next shirt. We do have shirts for our program. Okay, what else? Cards. We like cards. We like games. We have a few groups of people who are just friends that come up here on certain days of the week and they get on the table and they just play whatever they want to play. But we also have scheduled card games for anybody who kind of wants to learn but they don't have a group of people that they want to kind of engage with, or they don't know where to start. So we have that group. That's actually this afternoon at 1:30. We'll be teaching them how to play Phase 10. I know that's a household favorite in a lot of families, so we're going to teach them how to play that today. Then we also have dominoes once a month and things like that. What else is on this table? Pickleball. We have
Everybody
pickleball.
loves pickleball.
We have new pickleball courts coming at not Lions Club,
Kidstown.
Kidstown Park. But we also we decided 2 years ago to take a court down in here, so that we can give people a chance to learn to play, so they can get the skills here and then go to Kidstown to play. So we have that on our calendar quite often too. We have a decent number of people who play that, but it's just a good way to get started until you find your skill level and be able to join another group. Okay, so no, you're okay. So Challenger League, I'm not gonna pick up those things, but I will pick up our trophy. All of our Challenger League sports. We have basketball that we're doing now. We have 2 weeks left for that. We have softball coming up. Registration is currently happening for that. And then we have bowling, kickball, soccer, and we added a pep squad. Our pep squad started with basketball this year, and they are just the cutest. They sit in the corner while we're playing basketball and they cheer us on. I just think it's the best addition to our program. So those are the Challenger League sports, and we keep those prices at the maximum is $25, and that's for bowling. That's the highest, but we try to keep those prices low for those families, and we just have a good time. We have 5 or 6 weeks for each program, and it's just fun, you know.
So if people want to find out more information, if they've watched this live and either they want to participate or they have a family member that they want to send your way, where can they reach you?
The best way to reach us would be by calling the office here at the Wood Center. The number is 601-924-6387, and you can talk to anyone who answers the phone. They can get your information from you and get you added to our email list. We do have 2 separate lists, one for Challenger League or Abilities Program, and then one for the Living Young Senior Program. So you can do it that way, or you can stop by and get a newsletter for the Living Young group or a brochure for Challenger League.
And you can also find those on our website at clintonms.org under Therapeutic Recreation. We update her newsletter and her brochure on there if you need some more information. Anything else that you want to share with us?
I think that was a lot.
That was a lot. But I think that it's important for people to see how much, it's one thing to come to City Hall and talk about things you have going on, but I think to be here and to just give an overview of all the things that you do here in the center is important, because I think that this definitely adds to the quality of life. And I'm not sure a lot of people know about it.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't think when they say therapeutic recreation or living in it, I'm not sure people quantify what that actually means. So I appreciate your time.
And I also think that people have a misconception of what it is.
Right.
Well. I've had people call the office who may be 75, and they'll say, I don't want to come up there with those old ladies. And they're 75. But our group is really, it's a place for any level. We're not a daycare center, so we won't allow people to just come and drop someone off who's not able to care for themselves. But anybody can come up here. Our folks will run circles around me dancing and all of that. So we have a very active group. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm not old enough or I don't feel old enough, it's not a place for old people,
right?
And
that's very relative, because I'm knocking on 40. So when I was much younger, I thought 50 and 60 was old, and the older I get, the younger it feels. Yeah. So I can empathize, but that's definitely, I have been here for plenty of these events, and I'll tell you what, young at heart is these ladies. They are just superb individuals, and I think Chandra does an incredible job with these activities and getting them involved, and just kind of like you said when you were talking through all of these things, is it's kind of helping with their motor skills and those things, but in a fun way. And let me tell you what, if you are interested in exercise, get here early, because those chairs fill up.
Right, and our parking lot fills up very quickly. That is the most popular type of program that we have, is exercise. We see between 150 and 180 people for exercise only. That's just for 3 classes, because we usually have 70 on Tuesdays and Thursdays and 30 on Wednesdays, and that's not including the Mondays and Wednesday afternoon classes that we have too. So so exercise is popular, which is great, because the more you move, the more you can continue to move. So I'm grateful that our community sees value in that, and that keeps us active much longer.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank
Is there
you.
anything else you want to add?
I think that's all.
I think she did a wonderful job, and thank you for humoring me and humoring us on this first edition of City Talk outside
I
of
like
City
this,
Hall.
by
I
the
do
way.
too. I think that this is kind of more immersive, and it's not just
Yeah.
me sitting at a table talking.
I
But
think so.
I think it also helps to engage the audience to see where things happen.
Yeah, and highlight the jewels that we have.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching.